Hey guys, this is MB.Cryptocurrency, Nimos here, and today we're gonna have another technical analysis videos. After the last video that we have about the static support and resistance, I will mention another static support and resistance, which is trend line, and we will explain about the moving average, which is the dynamic support and resistance level, and which are the key areas. And then I will generally explain in what order that you should act in order to, if you want to buy and sell. So as I explained in the last part, I use zigzag, depends on what time frame that I use to make them, the lines, the tops and bottom, the major one. And then I already made support and resistance level, which they are here. As I explained how do I do it in last video. If you haven't seen it, just make sure follow us on Instagram and also subscribe in YouTube so you won't miss anything. And then this one is gonna be the trend line. So the general rule of the trend line is, first of all, you find the lows and highs, and if you want to work with the major, you have to connect the major lines together. So you cannot really connect the there's a major high and there's like a minor highs. You cannot really connect these two. This is major, this is minor. You cannot do that. This is not a legitimate trend line. And if you want to work with minor, you can connect minor with the minor, but major with major, it doesn't matter, low or high. And sometimes when you do it, you can actually play with it a little to find the better spot. For example, when I did this, I can go in like 4 hours time frame as it was in daily. I'll play to see if the market react in here, which one reacted better. For example, this one, as I can see, market reacted pretty well to this trend line. So this trend line more legit rather than this bottom. This trend line connected to here, it touched here, and when we checked in 4 hours, it played a little bit more with here. So it can be a little bit open in order to change stuff a little to make a more legitimate trend line. And you have to make sure, if sometimes when something broke a trend line doesn't mean everything's gonna change. So if for example this is like a upper trend line, if it broke it doesn't mean the trend is now fully like negative. Maybe the slope of going bullish has been like decreased. So instead of going like with the high slope, instead it might be like this. So instead it might be this. It's still going up. It's not going down, but it just decreases the slope of it, the amount that actually the price is going up. So that's another thing. And also, in order to make sure that we do a better analysis, especially when we're making trend lines, if they broke the trend line as it happened in here, we have to see if they broken the static support and resistance, the key important area of the support and resistance. The support usually in here in this example, the market touched here, it reacts, the pullback, and then it will drop. It just break out in here, but now it's coming back after like a pullback, which it just shows this wasn't actually a breakout, to see how the market react. If there's another trend line here, so you have to really watch closely what happened. If the market just bounced from this support level, and if just break this trend line, it's more likely the price go up. Depends, for example, at least until this next resistance level. So this is how you can use it. But now when you add especially the 100 days moving average, which I do, you can see the markets actually reacted pretty well to it, like once in here, again in here. So you can see it's one of the dynamic, legitimate dynamic support and resistance. Like this time acts as a support. As you can see, the market it just dropped below and acts as a resistance, excuse me. So you can see this is legitimate. Sometimes you have to play with it, especially the 50, 100 and 200 days average. Also, it depends if you want to go on a market such as Bitcoin, you can go with 100 weeks moving average as well. So as you can see, market react That means there is more reason of this to be bullish, especially if it breaks this support level. We can assume that there is another, which I'm gonna explain to see how it's working. This works better, so you can drop below this as I make another trend line, the power channel, to see it might drop, depends on scenario. This is only like 4 hours time frame, cannot be that legitimate, because the higher time frame, they'll give you a better resolution of what's happening in general and what whales are doing. So that's about another dynamic moving average. The general, in order to how to do trading with trends, is first of all you have to find a trend to see if the major trend is upwards. In this point, the major trend upward has been broken. It happened since July 2021, almost 7-8 months ago, has been broken. That means there's more reason of thinking this is a downward trend. Also, you find the support and resistance key area here. As you can see, the price is playing with this. If they have a breakout of this price, you have to check the candle patterns if they're confirming it. After you get the confirmation, you can double check with the other indicator if you know how to work with it, which I will have another video which I'm using RSI plus and logarithmic MACD. Sometimes I use Dungeon as well, which is absolutely the same as the price action. It just gives you the support. I cannot add it because I have more than enough indicator in here, but I will show you in another video. It just shows you the support and resistance level as the price is moving for example last 30 days, last 30 candles, 40 candles. You can choose and play with it. So generally that's the rule of how to do the buying the dip and sell the top. And you have to go first with the trend line, find the key area, support and resistance, check with the candle patterns to get confirmation, and then you can enter a position if you wish to. This was not a financial advice, this is for only educational. Make sure like, subscribe, press the bell notification, and if you find it helpful, please let your friend know about it. Thank you.